So today has been very interesting to say the least. So I am now 5 months into starting my own small business, and this is the fourth incident now where I have had quite a few people copy my designs, which is absolutely crazy to me because it's very flattering. I'm just getting annoyed that they don't give you the credit. So I just feel like if you're gonna copy someone, especially from a very small business, like the least you could do is send them a message to say, I love your designs. You don't even have to make it known to your customers, because I get, obviously they want their customers to shop with them, which is absolutely fine. But that is crazy. So this is what we faced today. I've just been packing some orders. There's a huge sale which has gone up on the website today, so I'll make sure I drop a link for that in the caption below as well, so you don't miss the mega sale. But yeah, this is just craziness. So I'm going to show you a bit about today and what's happened, and you can, see obviously the vibe of, the absolute headache we've gone through today for samples for pajamas. But yeah, apart from that, just this week I feel like has been quite a hard week because obviously it's the holidays and stuff. It's for fashion and just for business in general, it's a little bit crap. So I'm just giving myself this time this week to just strategize a bit more and just get a little plan into place moving forward. Obviously I have to start looking at Halloween and Christmas coming up now, so I need to get some kind of designs out for them. So that's what I'm working on this week. The kids are back in school next week, so that's just going to help everyone have a bit of routine and then start focusing on winter stuff, which I'm really excited about, to be honest. So today I'm having a look at some pyjama fabrics for the next, obviously, launch that we're going to be doing. Fingers crossed it goes well. It's just always a bit of a frigging nightmare when I use this supplier, so fingers crossed this time round we're all good. Don't want to sound too negative, but I'll come back when obviously I've seen the samples and everything. So yeah, need to sort this hair out. The house is an absolute frigging tip, so I need to do that today at some point. And I need to get into the studio and really do a clear out because it's just wild right now in there. It's just, honestly, I can't even move in there. So I need to feel like when your space is chaotic, so's your mind. So yeah, I really need to clear the space, so I've got a clear head. So I'm just currently on the way now to obviously go and see the supplier to obviously test this sample of fabric. See if it's like what I want, because with the last lot of pyjamas, they was absolutely gorgeous, loved them, but a lot of the customers, because I did them with a lycra blend, was getting confused to them being silk, so it was putting a couple of people off buying. So I don't know, obviously my sales come through like majority of when I do lives. I only get the odd sale really when I'm not online or whatever. But what I had in my head was, if they are not seeing it on a live and they're not seeing me saying obviously, oh, they might look silk but they're not, then obviously it might put someone off buying if I'm not live. Do you know what I mean? So I need to make sure that obviously people can see that they're not silk. So I'm going to have to look at the fabric being like more without the sheen on, even though I think they look so beautiful with. But I'm just mindful that not everybody likes obviously like a satin or silk pyjama, so I don't want that to put people off. Now I do like satin and silk pyjamas, but I would rather them be a different material to that, because there's not a stretch on them. So I understand why it does put people off. Anyway, I feel like I'm just fully rambling. But I just want to talk about obviously what I've been going through for the last few days. This last week, listen, if we're ladies here, if we're men, you won't understand, but every frigging 2 weeks out of a month, we are going through obviously the time of the month. And then if you're like me, the week before is absolutely horrific as well. So that's 2 weeks every single month that I battle in my head, because I feel dead down. Since I've had as well, if you didn't know, I had a gastric sleeve 3 years ago nearly. Since I've had my gastric sleeve, I definitely suffer 100% with that PMDD. Now, I know I do because I've never felt emotions like it, and honestly, I just have to really shut myself away from people because I don't want to come across negative. I don't want to ruin other people's days, but as well, I actually need to be on my own sometimes because I'm like, I can't actually deal with people. So I need to just retreat. And it's always kind of been a bit touchy and sensitive with me. Well, obviously it's been that time of the month, but yeah, like I said, this is just a whole new level since being sleeved. So I knew, obviously by reading up and doing the research on it, it's 100% that. So yeah, nevertheless, like 2 weeks out of every single month I am battling, like, just with all the side of being a frigging woman. So it's just a lot. So yeah, we've had sunshine this week, and I just feel like, because obviously the sunshine, people aren't really coming on the lives, so that means I've not had hardly any sales this week. I'm so grateful now, because I'm just about to drop a parcel off from one of the orders I had last night. Well, the only order I had last night. So shout out to Shannon. So thank you so much, Shannon, for ordering. But this is another thing, obviously when it's your own business, it's a small business, it's so hard because you literally can't stop, and people are like, oh, just have a break. But then if you have a break, you're not getting your sales, so it's like, I can't freaking have a break. But at the minute, because the sun's been out, it's like really affected, obviously, my sales and stuff. So I'm just trying to strategize and obviously think of ways to get it boosted again. So yeah, it's one of them at the minute. I'm just a bit like, I don't know what to do. I'm being shadow banned at the minute on TikTok. So when I'm doing the lives, there's not really many people in the lives watching either, which makes it 100 times more painful and harder. So yeah, I'm just currently trying to build back up on that again. But it's really, really difficult. Stood talking to someone when obviously there's only like 7 people in the room, which I'm very grateful for those 7. But yeah, it's very demotivating sometimes. So it's just been a bit of a shit week, to be honest. So I'm really trying to strategize this week and plan on how I could do things differently. Yeah, so I've been kind of trying to look at a little bit more, doing a bit more like kind of content side of stuff, because I'm not like an influency kind of content creator. But I was thinking maybe I need to kind of brush my skills up a little bit with it looking a little bit more kind of visually aesthetically pleasing to the eye. So that's, I think, what I want to try and work on this week, because I always think my description of an item is very good. It's just the delivery of it. So it's very real, it's very raw, it's very off the cuff. So if I'm having a frigging manic day, I'll tell you I'm having a manic day whilst I'm showing you the item. But I feel like I need to start kind of being a bit more like businessy with it. Do you know what I mean? So like, but again, this is just something new I'm learning. Like, I just love the look when I'm looking at somebody else's business of how like aesthetically pleasing the background is and stuff, and like how really good and well shot the video is. Now, half of the time they will probably have videographers, I think it's called, isn't it, that do all that. Obviously I am on a very tight budget, so I'm not there yet, but I will be one day. So the way I think to myself is literally just teach yourself the best as you can with everything. Like, obviously everything I've done so far is just off my own back, so building my own website, doing my own obviously TikTok shop, doing my videos, everything is literally just what I do off my own back. And I learn everything through YouTube. I think YouTube is really underestimated, you know. From being young, I've taught myself everything off YouTube, literally. Even how to friggin', what's it called? Do something to my boiler. What do they call it? Oh, put the pressure back into your boiler. Learned all that off YouTube. Single mum vibes out here, do you know what I mean? I need to know what I'm doing. So literally everything I look at is learned through YouTube. Everything you see me do. I even had a job one time, fun fact, here's me rambling for you now. I had a job where I used to teach people how to use software. And I'd only learnt myself off fucking YouTube. And it was on YouTube. It was really good, actually. So I'd show people how to use random software and add widgets to the websites and all this kind of mad stuff. So yeah, oh shit, I've just realised I think they've shut the road off. How annoying. We've shut the frigging road off, so we've been diverted. We're good. So yeah, it's just like trying to learn a bit of a different kind of way of doing things this week, and I think it's good to obviously feel uncomfortable, yeah, because you shouldn't be feeling comfortable, should you? That's something else I learned on listening to podcasts and stuff. You should never feel comfortable. If you do, something's not right, you need to change it. When you own a business, you should always feel uncomfortable. So yeah, I just feel really in my head this week, but it's not actually me just being negative. It is the PMDD. I 100% know it. And sometimes, like yesterday, I can't lie, I just allowed myself a bed day for ages, and then I got up and I worked till a bit later on in the evening, so I just did that. So I didn't feel guilty about just lay there doing nothing. So yeah, let's come back, because I feel like this video is going to be awfully long of me just rambling. So that was absolutely pointless. Absolutely pointless. No fabric there. There was literally no fabric there. So now the same Friday or Sunday, so we'll have to come back another day now to hopefully see the fabric for the jammers. I already knew this was going to happen. Can't be arsed. I'm going to go and see my sister for a bit because I just need to let off steam before I end up crying. So yeah, shit show as I thought it would be. So all rounder, today has not been the best. However, we move, it is what it is. And I just see it as, you know what? Imitation is a form of flattery. Is that the right saying? I think it is, isn't it? But yeah, although I am flattered, it's just a bit disheartening sometimes when people can't give you the credit. But do you know something? That's where I pride myself on my loyal customers as well. So thank you if you have obviously shopped with me before. If you haven't and you just like my content and, you know, follow me, thank you for that, because without you realising that is also supporting as well. So thank you so much. And yeah, I just can't thank your loyalties enough, because when you start a small business, you really need that loyal customer base. So I'm just very grateful for everyone who I have got.